Alejandra, and how do I pronounce your last name?
Figueiras.
Figueiras.
Right.
And you are starting the Future Lawyer, as I understand it.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, what I wanted to be, it's big. It's big. I created this company and this brand to be a sustainable brand that can have several streams, because I understand that now all this legal tech hype is like very atomized, like contract review, document review, chatbots, etc. So I wanted to have a big brand, a good brand, to incorporate several solutions. At the beginning, I want to develop, and I am doing it, a solution based on artificial intelligence technology to give legal advice to real people. I see that, as I was telling in my talk, I felt that lawyers had become, a very far human beings for real people, expensive. You have to get an appointment, you have to talk to a lawyer about your problem. I am developing solutions for real people at a very reasonable price using technology, but with a deep legal knowledge inside. It is not somebody was asking me, is that a chatbot? No, it's not a chatbot. There is a very complex legal structure underlying the platform and a very advanced technology, but people will see a very friendly interface, a very easy to use tool for their real problems and their day-to-day.
And you're from Madrid,
yes.
Right? So this would be for people in Spain?
At the first stage, right. Yes.
And how do they reach this solution? There's going to be a solution where they can get information for real people. How do they get to it?
Well,
or how will they get to it?
They will get to it through the website,
right.
Or through their mobile.
Right.
It is addressed in a first stage, not only for Spain, but for Spanish-speaking market, which is now 500 million people. 500 million people, 20 countries speaking Spanish.
Why you? I mean, why you were practicing law? You were a lawyer?
Yes.
So what made you think I want to do this and not do the practicing law? Because it's not easy.
No, it's not easy, but I thought that something had broken at a certain point. I felt that the way that I was practicing law didn't make sense anymore, because it was expensive, it wasn't efficient. I billed the clients for several hours of document review,
right.
And it was real. I was reviewing documents one by one, but I said, well, there has to be a way to do this in a more efficient way. And I go, researching and experimenting things, and here I am. And now I love both things. I love technology and I love the law. I am not an ex-lawyer.
Right.
I am a lawyer who wants to use technology for a better life, and for people to feel that lawyers are a close service for them.
There has to be, because I felt the same thing when I was practicing. There was no trust or relationship between real people and a lawyer. There was no. But if the lawyers go online and start to share information, start to go out where the people are, as opposed to expect people to come to them, you can develop that intimate relationship of trust can start to happen. But you've got to go out and help. What's the hardest part of doing this? I mean, if you were to just stay practicing law, you could have done that as opposed to take on a grandiose goal. What's the hardest part of it?
Well, I believe you have to balance a traditional way of practicing law, which is based in trust,
right.
and listening to people. I am not against the old way of practicing law.
What's the hardest part of starting the Future Lawyer?
Well, it's trying to figure out and visualize a product that is useful for the people and not the product that you like.
Right.
Because sometimes you say, oh, this would be wonderful, but this is not what the people need. So I am working with people who tell me, who are helping me with the branding strategy and doing market research, and telling me, well, people are needing this.
Did you do this all? Were you able to fund this all on your own, or did you have to go out and raise capital to make this a possibility?
I am funding it on my own.
Right. A little bit scary.
Yes, but it's like a good fear.
It's invigorating.
Yes, it's a good fear. There are bad fears and good fears. This is a good fear, an exciting fear.
Right.
And
if you know there's other people here today, other lawyers, they're practicing law, and they're seeing people like yourself. They're seeing other, entrepreneurs and founders of small companies, and they're thinking about it in the back of their mind. Should I do it or not? If you were sitting down and having a meal with them, what would you tell them if they asked you that? I have this idea. Should I do it? Forget about what the idea might be. What would you tell them? Because you've been doing it now for a little while.
Yes. Well, they need to have like a very deep and very profound conviction that that's what they want to do. I was not convinced because I was an entrepreneur many years ago with my law firm.
Right.
So I know what it is about.
Yeah.
Yes. And a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, I didn't want to be an entrepreneur anymore because I knew what it meant and what it took. And I wanted to be an employee, but nobody understood very well what I was talking about. At that moment, of course. Now this is spreading the word. But at the beginning,
would you tell people to do it if they had that conviction?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's useful for people. It's hard because you have to manage your own time and you have to do many things by yourself at the beginning. But my aim is hiring people quickly as soon as possible to help me and to grow this thing up.
I wish you a lot of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.